Hi, my name is Jena and my student ID is S4157056. In this presentation, I will be discussing three key macroeconomics measures: interest rate, youth unemployment, and also HDB prices and their impact on the economy. I will also cover the effects of tariff, behavioral economics, and AI on the labor market, highlighting how these factors influence both the global economy and also Lumen's company. First, let's look at interest rate. When interest rate rise, borrowings become more expensive, reducing spending and investments, which slow down GDP growth. When interest rate falls, borrowings become more cheaper, boosting spending and investment, which drive GDP growth. For inflations, higher interest rate generally lower inflation by reducing demand. Lower interest rate can increase inflation due to a higher demand. As for unemployment, higher rates can lead to more unemployment as businesses cut back. Lower rates usually reduce unemployment by stimulating business expansions. Secondly, we talk about youth unemployment. High youth unemployment means lower productivity, slowing GDP growth. Lower youth unemployment adds more productivity workers, boosting GDP. For inflation, high youth unemployment decreases inflation, while low youth unemployment can increase inflation as more young people earn and spend. Higher youth unemployment raises the overall unemployment rate, while lower youth unemployment help reduce it. Finally, we talk about the HDB prices. Rising HDB prices indicate a strong housing market, boosting GDP through construction and real estate. Falling price suggests a weak market, leading to a slower GDP growth. Higher HDB prices contribute to a higher inflation, while falling prices reduce inflation. In terms of unemployment, higher HDB prices correlate with lower unemployment in the construction sector, while falling price lead to a higher unemployment in housing-related industries. We pose to the questions of how changes in these measures indicate the business cycle. So, during economic expansions, lower interest rates stimulate spending, boosting GDP and also reducing unemployment. As youth unemployment decreases, more young people are employed, driving a higher GDP and also inflation. And rising HDB prices signal a strong economy, contributing to a higher GDP and also inflation. But on the other hand, during a recession, central banks lower the interest rate to stimulate growth. But if rates are already low, GDP may still decline. Youth unemployment rises as businesses reducing hiring, leading to a lower GDP and higher unemployment. Falling HDB prices signal a weak housing market, contributing to a slower GDP growth and also higher unemployment. Moving to talk about the importance of economic awareness for Lumens, which is my organization. So firstly, economic trends help Lumens to anticipate changes in demand. During economic expansions, demand for ride-hailing and also vehicle leasing services increases. This allows Lumen to expand its fleet and hire more drivers. In economic downturns, demand decreases, so Lumen adjusts its operations, services, and fleet size accordingly to stay profitable. Secondly, understanding factors like interest rate and youth unemployment helps Lumen optimize its strategies. During time of low interest rate, Lumens can expand its fleet and invest in the new services. Where rates are high, Lumens may reduce costs, offer promotions, or optimize its operations to keep things running smoothly. Lastly, economic fluctuations bringing risk. By understanding these changes, Lumens can manage costs and adjust strategies during economic downturns, ensuring business stability and also growth. Now I have covered key macroeconomics measures, so let's move on to talk about the topic 2, the impact of tariff on Singapore economy and how they affect trade. The impositions of tariff reduce global trade and impacts on Singapore's economy through the GDP components. C for consumption plus I investment plus G government spending plus NX net export. When the US imposes tariff on Singapore's goods, exports become more expensive and less competitive, leading to a fall in net export. This reduces aggregate demand, shifting the eddy curve to the left. In the short run, lower export lead to a decrease in both prices and output, causing unemployment rises. Wages may remain sticky initially, but could eventually fall as firms reduce costs. Additionally, a global downturn can lower import price, making raw materials cheaper and shifting the SRAS curve to the right as production costs decrease. However, the LRAS curve remains unchanged as it reflects long-term capacity determined by factors like technology, resources, and institutions, which are not affected by short-term trade shocks. Move on to talk about the impositions of tariff by one country raises the price of imported goods, which directly impact the trade between nations. As tariffs make foreign goods more expensive, consumer demand for these goods decreases, leading to a reduction in trade volume between countries. This often triggers retaliatory tariff, where affected countries impose their own tariff, escalating into a trade war. Such retaliatory actions further reduce global trade and create market inefficiencies, as countries may shift to less efficient production methods or seek alternative trading partners. Tariff also indirectly impact Lumen's operations. Firstly, tariff can increase operating costs, particularly if they lead to higher prices for imported vehicles, fuel, or other related materials. This could reduce profit margin for Lumens, which may need to adjust its pricing structure or reduce fleet expansion plans. Next, tariff may reduce demands for Lumen services as global economic uncertainty causes people to cut back on discretionary spending, including transportation services. This decline in demand could affect revenue generation for the company. Finally, the retaliatory tariff and global trade disruptions may impact Lumen's ability to expand internationally, particularly in countries where the company relies on cross-border partnership or services. This could limit its growth potential in international markets and lead to slower fleet expansions, particularly if international demand for ride-hailing service falls. Firstly, in traditional economics, people make rational decisions, choosing options to maximize long-term benefits. For example, if healthy food improves health, people would choose it. But on the other hand, behavioral economics challenges this. It argues people to make decisions based on biases, emotions, and social influences, leading to choices like unhealthy food, even when they know better. Behavioral economics help explain this in several ways. The first one is bounded effect. People make good enough decisions due to limited time, information, and cognitive ability. Healthy food often requires more effort, while unhealthy food is quicker and easier. Secondly, framing effect. The way food is presented influences choices. Unhealthy food is marketed as tasty and fun, making it more appealing, while healthy food can be seen as bland. Number 3. Priming effect. Exposure to unhealthy food ads can trigger cravings, nudging people toward junk food without them realizing it. And last but not least is nudging effect. Small change in the environment, like placing healthy food at eye level, can nudge people to make better choices without restricting their options. Now, I have come to the last topic for the topic 4. In the first scenario, with the adoption of AI, productivity increases, driving a higher demand for skilled workers across various industries. As a result, the demand for skilled laborers shifts to the right from D1 to D2, leading to a higher wages from W1 to W2 and increased employment from Q1 to Q2. The rise in wages for skilled workers boosts overall incomes, which in turn encourage low-skilled laborers to upskill. Accessible AI tools and training programs support these transitions, enabling more workers to move into higher-paying jobs, which help narrow the wage gap and reduce inequality. Moving to talk about the second scenarios, as AI tools become more widespread, businesses automate many low-skilled tasks, replacing unskilled workers with machines. Workers who lack the means or motivations to upskill are left behind, leading to a leftward shift in the demand curve for unskilled workers from D1 to D2. As a result, both the wages and employment for unskilled workers decline. Meanwhile, the demand for skilled workers continues to increase, further widening the wage gap and increasing inequality. In the next 5 years, AI will drive demand for highly skilled workers, particularly in tech and problem-solving roles, leading to a better career opportunities. At the same time, automation may replace many routine, low-skilled jobs, creating challenges for workers without access to training or upskilling opportunities to keep pace with these changes. In the mobility solution industry, AI will automate routine tasks like vehicle maintenance schedulings and basic customer interactions. However, it will also improve fleet management, route optimizations, and customer experience, which means employees will need to adapt by gaining new skills in areas such as AI technology, data analytics, and system optimizations to remain competitive in the evolving market. To summarize it, understanding key macroeconomics measures like interest rate, youth unemployment, and also HDB prices, as well as the impact of tariff, behavioral economics, and AI is essential for making informed decisions. These factors shape the economy and directly impact to the company. By staying aware of these changes, we can adapt, remain competitive, and continue to make the strategic decisions to drive growth and succeed. That's all about my presentations. Thank you for your attention.